Hey everyone, it's Cryptix, and today it's me in real life. I look fucking ridiculous, guys. I did the best. I have the teal because I didn't get a teal collar. I have a bow because it's the style, and then I have my rainbow for my ears, and some rainbow here. I have a manifest now. Anyways, the point isn't the looks. Making the other videos were just too long, and everybody else does this, so I guess I'll cave, even though I really, really, really did not want to if you actually watch any of my gaming videos. But anyways, I have my script. If you hear noises, it's because I have an old computer right now. And there's my cat. We're in the living room today. But anyways, today we are going over scams because I see a lot of people like fall for these. Or otherwise they just end up disappointed in their purchases of like metaphysical or spiritual products. So basically when I buy anything spiritual, I like to ask myself a few key questions. Will this purchase make me happy? If its spiritual usage or capabilities or whatever are minimal or non-existent, am I willing to risk this much money on this product? And does this product make sense based off what I know about spirituality? If you cannot answer yes to like at least the top two questions, then don't buy it, as it's either a scam or you're going to feel scammed. Sorry, it's my cat, guys. And then you can let the metaphysical side of the purchase sway your decision, but don't make it like the deciding factor. Like, say you want to buy like a spell jar because it does like something you want. Don't fall. Like love, wealth, whatever. That's great. But consider like the aesthetic of the product instead. Like, do you want this spell jar in your area, even if it becomes like some glorified decoration? Like, say the metaphysical side doesn't work. If you don't, then don't. If you don't like it, don't buy it. For its like physical aspects, not just its spiritual. And then try to put the product itself in the front of your mind, and then keep the spiritual reasonings in the back. Sorry, I keep losing my spot. But like for example, when I buy crystals nowadays, I don't buy it because of it's like high vibration or it does this or dreams or whatever. I like the crystal, so if I don't have it or I don't have it in my collection, so I buy it. Or like something for more expensive, like there's like this set of chakra tuning forks that I want. I'm not buying it because it's spiritual, guys. I'm buying it because I think it'd look cool to hang up on my wall. If it does something spiritual for me, that's great. That's awesome. That's amazing. But it's not the focus. It's not the forefront point. So yeah, when you think of the metaphysical when you're buying something, think of it as a bonus, not the main reason. And then a lot of spiritual scams like promise like some fast track to spiritual enlightenment or like some shortcut. Like you'll see this like crystals or like certain like they have special trade names to make it seem like more spiritual. Like they're like, oh, these are high vibration. There's a crystal that starts with an A, but I don't remember what it was called. Or like books that reveal some secret to the universe. Or like activated items. Activated is such a scam trigger word. I genuinely thought that activated charcoal was a scam because of how often the word activated is used in metaphysical scams. And then like the instant third eye opening or like awakening or like weird devices. We're gonna go over grounding mats and like I know there's like some electrical energy generators and whatnot. And most of these are expensive as fuck. All of these claims from these products, you can get a belief boost from them, but you can do the same with cheaper products. And you don't even need any of these. Like, all you need is your brain. But some of the cheaper products I mentioned were like teas and... Sorry guys, I wrote this in Notepad on Windows 2000. You could have cut me slack. Anyways, yeah, just like teas or like make your own rituals online or just find some random ass one for free. Or do like those fancy hand motions associated with like the chakras. Like you can do a ton of other things for free without having to pay like a ridiculous amount. Okay, hold on. This is distracting. Okay, out, down. for some ridiculous amount, just for some spiritual fast track enlightenment, that's probably not going to do any of that. If anything, it's just going to give you a little belief boost. But like I said, you can do that with other mundane terms. I just want to clarify, guys, that there is no secret to the universe or some special method that is going to instantly make you see or sense things. If there was, whatever paywall that creator has up would not withstand the sheer amount of piracy and like people sharing that information. Like that would just attract so many people. That little paywall of like 100 or 1,000, whatever, it would not matter. Not to mention the government attention that would get, and every religion in the entire world claiming it's actually proof of their religion and everyone else is wrong. I think you'll see this with the double slit experiment. Every single person has claimed that shit. But the point is that $40 or even 10 grand paywall won't mean anything if it was truly as effective as it claimed to be. People just find a way, as you've seen with any pirated media. The expensive metaphysical products are just like not worth it for what you can achieve for cheaper or like just free. When it comes to cheaper things, like think of it as a risk. When you buy it, like say I'm buying a herb or whatever for a spell jar, like think about like if I'm buying this herb for this spell jar and spell jar doesn't do anything, am I gonna regret that? Even though it's like it's a herb, like are you gonna use it in cooking? Are you gonna use anything? Or are you just gonna be pissed that you just bought this herb and it didn't do shit? So think about that before you buy anything. And this kind of loops back to the point of being happy with the purchase of a metaphysical product, even if it doesn't do anything metaphysical. Like think about if this doesn't work, would I still be happy? And then think about if it just promises like some fast track. Like nothing can beat the skill and practice that goes into spirituality. You're not going to just get activated somehow and just know everything and whatever, achieve all your spiritual goals. And then the last question is something I don't really see too often. And it usually follows under the first two questions of being overpriced or like you just wouldn't be happy with it otherwise. But I feel like it's important to mention. Some of the things I brought up were like fancy treated water. This does not include water softeners or purifiers. Those are definitely real, guys. But things like hydrogenated water, there's already hydrogen in water, guys. Or anything you plug into the wall. And this is where I bring up the grounding mats. And there's probably like a lot more that I don't know. I recently learned about grounding mats, so we're going to go over that. Basically, it's a mat that you plug into the wall, and it's supposed to ground you. But grounding is just anchoring yourself to this reality and the world, usually by focusing on the senses and the world around you. And it has the same meaning in mundane and spiritual terms, not including the electric side, that the electric side is different. But you'll usually see this mundane type of grounding with people having are in a panic or in some sort of mental situation. It's I think it's 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 1 thing you can taste. It's like all the senses, So that's grounding. That is spiritual grounding, right? And then with electrical grounding, grounding just means for electricity is that any surge of electricity can go down to the earth where it's not going to hurt anyone, which is completely different from anchoring yourself to this reality by being aware and focusing on things in this reality to ground yourself. So your mind is in this world versus just this would be like saying going down to sea level is going to make you immune to panic attacks because you're you're in the middle of the earth. You're not that doesn't make any sense. So think about what the spiritual product does and what you know about spirituality. If there's a discrepancy, like here, we know what grounding is, we know it's connecting to the reality via your senses and your mind versus just being down. Electricity is different. Even though conductivity has a place in the metaphysical, electrical energy and spiritual energy are 2 very different things. Otherwise, if they were different, I doubt anyone who has gotten tased or electrocuted by messing with a socket or even struck by lightning would tell you that it makes you feel very powerful at all. So they're very different things. So yeah, this product doesn't make sense about what, well, hopefully you know about spirituality. So it's a scam. So don't fall for things like that. Just try to ask yourself these questions before buying things. And then there's like another product though, that kind of breaks this. So this isn't sponsored, but there's like these like Tesla purple plates, and apparently they have like their atoms structured or like some, I don't know, some bullshit, in some neat structure, and I don't see how that connects to spirituality. To me, it's just like, okay, that what does that have to do with energy? Like it flows better or something that feels like it's on the line with sacred geometry, and I don't really care for sacred geometry. I don't really know about it too much, so I'm just like, whatever. But for me, it's like, well, it's made by like this Tesla dude, and he's pretty cool as far as I'm aware. I don't know anything if he's done anything crazy. But that, and I'm like, well, it's $25, you know? And for me, like we said in our previous point, it's a gamble, it's a risk. And I'm like, $25, I can risk that. I haven't yet. It's been on my list for years because it is a risk. Because it doesn't match what I know about spirituality. But at the same time, it would make me happy if I bought it because I think it's kind of cool, you know, like it's a little purple coin and you hang it up somewhere. It's just like a little reminder, like your spirituality or whatever. And then, I already forgot the second question, guys. Man. And then, yeah, I'm willing to risk $25 on that. So, the point of these questions is that you can be aware of scams, you can avoid them, but at the same time, you don't have to be like deathly afraid of trying anything new. You can still try something new, just don't risk it all on something new. As like we said, it's a risk, it's a gamble, and you want to be happy with the product even if it doesn't do what it's intended. So yeah, try to answer at least the first two questions when you're buying anything spiritually related. So yeah, make sure that the purchase will make you happy even if the spiritual things doesn't work or whatever, doesn't do what you want it to do. And be willing to risk that much money. Know that you might have just wasted that money. And then yeah, you can still try new tools as long as you're not going crazy like, oh, I need this product, otherwise I'm not going to achieve my spiritual goals, I'm not going to manifest this, I'm not going to get this, I'm not going to shift there. Like, no, like I believe that we should be able to still explore things, but be aware of people who are trying to take advantage of the spirituality community, because there is a lot of people trying to do that. I know this video is a little bit more mundane. This is basically it. More mundane, but I feel like this is something that needs to be said, and I feel like it's a good video to start off when I look this ridiculous, guys. But as always, if you think I missed something, if you agree, disagree, just please tell me. Like, I don't want to be like a preacher. I don't want to just be like, I don't want to be an influencer. I want to be like a teacher who will learn from their students, you know. I don't want to just be like telling you what to think. I want to have this channel to encourage you guys to think for yourselves, guys. But anyways, I know this video is more mundane, but I feel like it needs to be said because I see a lot of people falling for things like this, or like people will like say we fall things about this, or like there's a TikTok of someone buying a grounding mat and it's like several grand, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? But anyways, if you think I'm wrong, right, terrible, great, whatever, just tell me why is a huge point of my channel. And then I did not cover spiritual coaching in this video, as I feel like some people really do need it. Even though I feel like the prices for these spiritual coachings are like low-key insane, but coaching is for like another video about the monetization of spirituality and my take on that. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's all for today. I hope you found this information useful and you can apply it, or maybe hopefully you've already applied it before this video. But yeah, that's it, guys. Cryptics out.